they arrive in San Francisco, they have to find the Say Hey Kid statue.
That's Willie Mays.
Willie Mays.
That's right.
So they find that. Took them a little bit of time to figure it out, but they all showed up.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Once they got there, they had to
Get in kayaks.
Get into kayaks and go into the water and gather up a bunch of numbered balls to
Those
get
were-
the total of home runs that Willie Mays had hit.
I did not know the number. I would have found out before. I think who did that first? Christy and Jen said, let's find out the number first before we go looking, which made sense.
Henry and Evan and Cody and Jessica both just got into the kayaks and got into the water.
Yeah.
And eventually ended up hollering up to somebody on the...
Good thing there were people
bank,
there.
yeah.
If there wasn't, we'd been like...
Well, because this was in the evening, too. So, it,
know.
you know, it could have been nobody there. Christy and Jen finished
Of course, because they knew the number.
Because they had the number.
Right.
And then Cody and Jessica, I think, was right after that, and then Henry and Evan.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, Henry and Evan
Pretty
were
close.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then they had to do the roadblock, which was go to the Bay Bridge, pull yourself up.
Pull her 200 feet up.
Oh, that would have been tough.
That would have, yeah.
That's a really tough task at the last leg because you're tired.
You're doing this all the way. There's no.
I mean, even Cody, who did it, he was probably tough on him.
Cody looked like. I mean, it didn't look too bad for Cody, and I think it was it Christy or Jen who did that. I forget which one.
Yeah, they have upper body strength.
So they have the upper body strength in that. But when Evan was doing
Evan
it,
was
it's
doing
like at one point she's trying to just pull herself on the rope. It's like not gonna happen.
You gotta use your legs, you gotta use your upper body. And
Yeah.
Evan it was a bit harder for her because
It was.
she doesn't have the upper body strength. And these, he's a Marine, Cody, and the Team Extreme, they're professional athletes.
Yeah.
So they have
they're
upper
going to
body
have the
strength.
better body build for that
Of
particular
course.
task.
Yeah.
You get to the top, that particular person gets up to the top, then they have to get on a light suit. What?
The light suit was just, what the heck is
I
that?
have no idea. They get on this glowing
It was kinda
light
cool,
suit,
though. I mean-
go off onto a gangplank and then jump off.
I was just imagining
Into the darkness.
this massive 6'8" guy in this huge light suit, and you're at the bottom. What the heck is that? It's like a UFO coming down. That's what I imagined. Gord doing this, just coming out of the dark.
It's like a giant glow worm dropping out of the sky.
That was funny.
It was. It wasn't I figured it was going to be a bungee jump thing. It wasn't really a bungee jump. It was more about like a slow, automatic rappel or whatever. I don't know what you would call that.
Yeah, it was.
Eventually slows them down so they don't actually hit when they hit the
No,
ground.
that's a bad.
It'd be bad. There's no bouncing. There's,
There'd be lights everywhere, broken light bulbs everywhere.
It was fun. I mean,
It was.
part of the thing of stepping off into blackness is, you have no idea where you're going.
You have no idea. It's true.
So there's no. The fear level is partly taken out because you can't see how far away
That's
it is.
true.
But at the same time,
You don't know how far
can't
away.
see how far away it is.
Yeah.
So
But I like Cody was like he just walked around.
He just walked around
I don't
with
care.
that, yeah.
I mean,
Doesn't matter.
he's a Marine. He served in Iraq and Afghanistan. He don't
Yeah.
care. This is nothing. No one's shooting at me. I'm fine.
and they all had, nobody stalled. At
Nobody
the top.
stalled.
Nobody
He
had
said,
any problems
I
with
think
it.
what you said about the darkness helped. If you can't see
I think
anything,
so.
I'm just gonna go.
You can't see what you're going to hit or
And
not.
I'm a big giant light bulb too. They have to go to the aircraft carrier. What is it? The Hornet. The USS Hornet.
Before that, they have to go to the
way ahead. Oh, the
cookies.
fortune
They
cookies.
get a rebus
Right.
on the
That
Chinese
was
fortune
kind of-
cookie factory.
That seemed a little tough because you have to do them. They look easy, but you have to do them right,
Yeah.
and they're hot.
Well, the heat would have been tough, and I think it was one of the girls that
Yeah.
decided that I'm going to use one glove
To pull
and one
off.
no glove because
Yeah.
that way at least I have some tactile ability to move
Yeah,
things.
that's
Because you
true.
couldn't get them off the machine.
No, that is burnt.
So that worked, but some of them were doing it without any gloves.
Yeah.
And Jessica's looked, her first batch, we're like, what the heck are you
I
doing?
mean, I think they got there first, and Cody's like, back. I mean, he struggled, but he figured it out, but she took a long time to figure out the
her
dexterity.
her
behind it.
first set was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But in the end, got it done, not a big deal.
Yeah, no, they struggled a bit, but we still get
Everybody
it all done.
they each had to do 26, I think it was.
Something like that.
26 fortune cookies.
Yeah.
So, and different colored ones, I guess, or whatever. But kind of cool. And then from there, then we go to the
USS Hornet.
USS Hornet.
And this is the final task. It's
This
a
is the final
two-parter
task.
where they have to run around the Hornet and find bits of a puzzle, an airplane puzzle.
Yep.
Both of them together.
So
and
they have
then
to find 12 pieces,
12.
of which only 6 of those pieces are actually going to be used. So you have double the amount of wings and the ailerons, the tail fin, and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
And 2 sets of props. On each of these things are stickers, images that relate to other legs of the race.
Yep.
So you've got 12 legs of the race, you've got 12 stickers on your 6 pieces, but they all have stickers.
Yeah.
So the trick is to not have any duplicate stickers anywhere.
Yeah.
This shouldn't have been that difficult a task.
It's
I really think as a visual task, this should have been just bang, bang, bang. There are my non-duplicate pieces. Put those up, call for a check.
You're a puzzle guy, so
Yeah.
I would have said, "This is yours, Gord. You're a puzzle guy."
I think that
You
would
do
have.
it.
I think that would have probably worked. Would get really frustrated. I mean, Christy was getting really frustrated. Henry was getting frustrated. Jessica was
Henry
getting
actually
frustrated.
asked Evan, "Can you please not speak anymore?"
Yeah.
I can understand. But Evan, okay, I will stop.
We've had that conversation where if we're doing, one of us is doing a roadblock, the
Shut
other
up.
one just shut up.
Shut up.
Holler one thing, say you can do
Go,
it, and
team.
then go and drink something.
Go, Gord.
Yeah,
Go.
because it just gets distracting.
I brought a beer with me. Gord, do your task. But exactly. That's exactly what we do. It's like, okay, Gord's going to do the task. It's going to take you 2 hours. Is there a pub nearby? In the end,
To the map.
Jessica gets done,
Jessica
and
gets
they
done.
win.
And they won.
I know.
Cody and Jessica win season 30.
Congratulations. Very good.
Congratulations, really
I
well
mean,
done. They were one of my 2 favorite teams right from the first episode.
I like
Cody and Jessica and Henry and Evan were my 2 favorite teams right from the start.
So look at that. Henry and
So
Evan
they
came
both
second.
made it to the end. I'm really happy with
Well, I
that.
think Henry and Evan surprised a lot of teams because
did.
they went, oh, they're not that physical, but
Yeah.
they actually did have some physical parts about them. They were quite fast, and they're also quite smart, and they thought things through.
They thought stuff through. They
They
didn't.
also
They
had-
didn't usually race at something without double checking.
Yeah.
So
And Christy and Jen were also strong. I think they got frustrated at the end.
they were in one of the 3 spots on every single leg.
Yeah, it's still
I
good.
mean, they did really well.
They did.
all the way through. They just didn't.
It was
Didn't do that
it was
well,
a competitive. It was a competitive season. You didn't
It was.
know. You didn't have any idea these guys were stronger than these guys. I mean, Cody has his strengths, but Henry and Evan have theirs. And Christy and Jen had theirs, and everybody had different strengths. And you weren't too sure once we got to a certain part who was actually going to make it.
Yeah.
So, Cody and Jessica, congratulations. I mean, we talked here in a way here that people were complaining that Cody did all the work, but he did all the work at the end.
And she did a lot of stuff at the
The
beginning.
beginning.
Yeah.
And
And
then
there's people who think that she wasn't, she was mean to other players and she gave bad information to players. And I'm sorry, it's a game. That's the whole point.
They played
She
a
played
good,
a good
hard
game.
game. The same way with Evan wasn't telling them. She was playing a smart, hard game where,
Yeah.
sure, we can be friends, but
When the,
I'm
when
not
the
going to help
girls
you.
do something mean and nasty,
I
it's
know.
like, oh, she's
It's
such
true.
a bitch. But when the guys do it, it's like,
Oh,
well
a
played,
competitor.
well played, very competitive.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
that's,
get that.
That's crap.
That's crap. It is crap. It's crap. They played hard. They played well. And the fact is, she did the last test and finished.
And she finished.
Just good. And because of that,
That's right.
they won.
Yeah.
So,
So, congratulations to them.
good season. I don't know when we'll be back. Season 6.
Amazing Race Canada season
Season
6 should be a couple of months from now.
Well, they're going to start racing in April,
Yeah.
and then
Who knows?
June, July, whatever. So
That's when you'll see us
hopefully
again.
The
Maybe
snow will be
before
gone.
then. Who knows? Yeah, well, maybe. We're supposed to get another foot of it today, so.
Yay!
Oh, joy.
All right. See you later. Thanks
That's
for
why
hanging
we're
out.
drinking now.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now what do we do?
Now we can do a Survivor review.
Oh, I don't like Survivor.